Well, as you all know, I had to make this video as soon as I got the news that Fast by Daft Punk, it was turning 25 today. Holy crap. Screw Oasis 25th anniversary. Screw Warning by Green Day 20th anniversary. This is 25 years of the first Daft Punk album. And let me tell you, it's got some good years. After 25 years, it really doesn't feel that long. You know, it feels like just came out yesterday. And after the success of Purple Unicorn and how great that album was, yet change didn't end it. So you can see the review if you look back at it. But after Purple Unicorn, Daft Punk decided to release Fast. And, well, Fast was definitely slower than Purple Unicorn. And Purple Unicorn was pretty slow. I thought it was more slow paced, but this one was very slower, so I don't know how fast. I don't know. It's just Daft Punk. That's what they do, man. That is what they do. And, you know, songs like Bored and Lifter, they were kind of really lyrically bad. Like, I was listening to the lyrics and I was like, okay. So, like, it was a really step down lyrically, and it was very slower than Purple Unicorn. But I think because of how iconic Purple Unicorn was, and listening to that and how shocked I was at it, you know, still Mallard's vocals on that, I still can't believe that. But after how, like, iconic it was, to listen to Fast, I felt like it was nowhere compared to Purple Unicorn and how successful that was. See, even the dogs are happy. They're like, heck yeah, Purple Unicorn, best album of all time. Now, I really did like the song Nosebleed. It kind of keep repeating itself. Goes it, goes it, goes it, goes it. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's reminded me of, like, the Death Grips a little bit. I mean, if you listen to the Death Grips and Daft Punk, they really sound similar. I think Death Grips got their influence from Daft Punk, though. So, I mean, that could work. But I think Fantano gave Fast an album review of like 8, and I was like, okay, that's no. You can't give Purple Unicorn a decent 7 and then give Fast an 8. That's just not how it works here. Now, after a long listen of 11 tracks and 45 minutes, I thought, no. It just was really slow paced, like I said before. Like Lifter, like I said, it was bad lyrically, but the instrumental, Lifter is probably one of the worst Daft Punk songs I've actually personally heard. Then you also have Engine number 9, which is actually really good, and it's convenient because it's the number 9 track. So I was listening to that, I was like, I'm going to the dark side with you. I'm going to the dark side with you. I definitely think it's one of the better Daft Punk songs they've written, and I think the standout track though is definitely Minus Blindfold. Now that song, so Bored was playing, and I thought, you know, this song, it just did not catch my attention for the first song of the album. And Minus Blindfold, honestly, if that was the first song, if that caught my attention, I knew heading into this album that this album was going to be good, or at least decent, you know. So Minus Blindfold is probably the most, or one of the most perfect songs of the 90s ever written. Just the way that the aesthetics come out. And then, so you have Purple Unicorn, and then you have Fast. So they're not taking time off. It's like 2 years. So they've been writing. So I think those 2 years, they should have taken a little longer just to make better lyrically than trying to sound it better. Because there was no way that in 2 years you can make an album better than Purple Unicorn. There is just no possible way you could add on to Purple Unicorn. And they didn't. They gave this album all that they could. And then they just, like, threw it away. Because, like, there are some tracks on here that they must have written really well. But then there are some tracks that they're like, all right, we need to just make an extra track on here. We're gonna throw this one on. We're gonna throw Lifter on here. We're gonna throw Root on here. You know? And it's just like, you really didn't need a freaking 5-minute instrumental song. I mean, yes, there's some singing in it, but you just didn't need that. I kind of was like, you didn't need that. Anyway, Fast was definitely a good, decent Daft Punk album. Out of the two I've listened to, Purple Unicorn and Fast, I think Purple Unicorn still reigns at the top as better, as I gave that a 0.1 something. You would have to look at the video, out of 10, just because Change wasn't the end. And this one, just because of the lyrically bad stuff and just how it just didn't like stack on top of whatever the heck it's called, Purple Unicorn. I think Daft Punk's Fast, their second album, Fast, I'm gonna have to give a 0.5 out of 10